Ladies and gentlemen, and boys and girls, you're watching yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977. It's time for WWE Evolve Event Center, where wrestling action involves the WWE ID prospects, the PC prospects, and indie wrestlers from all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, and here's the man to bring you the wrestling report and action from the WWE Evolve Event Center, Mr. Eric M. Lima. Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans 1977, episode number 2426 of the show. What's going on? What's happening? It is July 30th, 2025, 10:37 p.m. That's right. Oh, yeah. Got two episodes I got to do. I'm forgetting. Okay. All right. So here we go. As you know, SummerSlam is around the corner. I've written all the matches, and I will make my picks and predictions tomorrow night on Rant and Rave. Check them out. You can, and then after I do the SmackDown episode, after I do the SmackDown episode, I will relay those picks and predictions. All right, so I've written them down and divided them up in days, and it seems like the women are going to be dominating on the Sunday night 2. Of SummerSlam, because there's what? Let's see. Let me just I always take notes. I think in order to be a good podcaster or a YouTuber, an influencer, you have, and when it comes to wrestling and stuff, pop culture and all that, you have to take notes. You have to write down stuff, and you have to totally write down stuff, and that's how you can get information and something like that. So let's get now. There's only one women's title match on the card for Saturday, and that's the Stratton Cargill matchup for the WWE Women's Championship. The others, Orton and Jelly Roll versus Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul. This is Saturday night. World title on the line. Gunther defends against CM Punk. The women's tag team titles. Those are the only two women's matches. The Judgment Days. Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez defend against Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. The Allies of Convenience. And then you get Roman Reigns and Jey Uso versus Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, or the Bronze I like to call him. And then Sami Zayn one-on-one with Karrion Kross. Meanwhile, WWE title on Sunday. Cena defends against Cody Rhodes. Women's World title in a triple threat. Naomi defends against Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. Women's Intercontinental title on the line. No count out, no DQ. Basically, it's a dang street fight if you think about it. The only difference is falls will count in the ring. As Becky Lynch defends the Women's Intercontinental title against Lyra Valkyria. If I do believe if Valkyria, now let me just do that one more time here, and let's see. I'm going to. I know there's one stipulation. The other is if Lynch wins, Lyra. It's only if Lynch wins. That Lyra will never challenge for the title as long as Becky Lynch is champion. So, that's fine. And so the United States title on the line is Steel Cage, Solo Sikoa versus Jacob Fatu. And the men's Intercontinental title will be on the line. Dominic Mysterio defends against AJ Styles. And a 6-way TLC match for the tag team titles. The Wild Six of a team of Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis will defend those titles against the team of DIY. That's Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa with Candice LeRae in their corner. I'm sure the Wild Six will have Nikki Cross in their corner. Motor City Machine Guns. That's Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley. Fraxium, Nathan Frazier and Axiom. And the Street Profits Republic will have B-Fab backing them up. And the team of Rey Fenix and Andrade. That is what it is. And Los Garza is not in the match because they are the AAA Tag Team Champions. And I believe for this Friday, they're issuing an open challenge. We'll see what happens there. So, that is on the card for SummerSlam. So, tomorrow night, I'm making my picks predictions on Rant and Rave. Check it. I make my return after a 2-week absence, so to speak, on the Rant and Rave podcast. So, check out the... please check out the episode tomorrow night on the Brandon Martin channel. That's where Rant and Rave is going to be. And meanwhile, I got to talk about what happened on Evolve. And then on the next episode, I got to talk about what happened on AEW Dynamite. And Okay, Evolve, the first matchup on the card for Evolve, WWE ID prospect Marcus Mathers took on the big man of Vanity Project. You gotta have a big guy in your stable. Bryce Donovan. Now, Bryce Donovan, right guy, and he can really move in the ring. I think they try to compare him to Kevin Nash. So he's the Kevin Nash of the Vanity Project or something like that. I don't know. He's very quiet. But Vanity Project, all of them got involved during the matchup. Swipe Right, they're going to have an interesting matchup coming up against the Hardys one-on-one. Not in Evolve or anything. I think it was Limited Wrestling or something like that. I know it's a wrestling organization in New England. They're, Swipe Right, Ricky Smokes and Brad Baylor are going to face the Hardys. So that's going to be a big match for them, a huge opportunity. But, Swipe Right, Jackson Drake, and Zeta Steel got involved, but Bryce Donovan, though, picked up the victory over Marcus Mathers. Sean Legacy was talking to Timothy Thatcher, says, hey, keep your head in the game, keep focusing, and try to defeat Keanu Carver. I'll be fine. So, he says, I'm not the same guy I used to be. So there's that. Then Kelly Armstrong, the Evolve Women's Champion, came out to challenge and called out Jin Tala. But Tyra May Steele comes out and said, hey, I won the triple threat match. You're going to have to face me. And fine, focus on her because you're going to lose that title. And then Jin Tala comes out because I'll accept your challenge until you give me what I want. And then Callie Armstrong said, okay, you got it. And then Tyra May Steele's upset with Jin Tala. Goes, oh, you can't do it, whatever the heck you want and just get yourself a title match just like that. And it seems like a little disagreement between the two. And I got to tell you, Tyra May Steele's got a point. But hey, sometimes when someone pushes your buttons, you got to pull the trigger somehow when it comes to making a rash decision in a wrestling ring, folks. All right, just to let you know that. So that match is made official by Evolve Prime Minister, a.k.a. General Manager Stevie Turner, that the women's title will be on the line next week. So Jin Tala is getting the shot. Her second title shot against Kelly Armstrong will make her second title defense. And we'll see what happens there. Chewy Martinez interviewed Jamar Hampton. Now, there's a controversy going on with this young man. He posted what Hulk Hogan said on the private tape, and he said, and this is what we're celebrating. He seems to be very, very vocal and kind of criticizing the whole Hulk Hogan situation. Hulk Hogan has passed away, and Jamar Hampton better be careful. He did delete the tweet, though. Not the tweet. I think he did. He deleted on Instagram and all that. I think he knew. Listen, if you know you're gonna get back, folks. Okay. I want to give you a little bit of advice, all right? If you know you're going to get backlash on something, on a hot take or something, don't post it. Don't post anything. If you know you're going to get backlash for it, don't post it. That's, has anybody heard of that? Listen, I posted things that I regretted posting. I'm guilty, but people chew me out and all that. Hey, I complain about a lot of things on Facebook. Well, do I look? I'm no Spencer Carter though. No. Anyways, no. Jamar Hampton did. He better be careful, and because he could really hurt his character real quick. Because look at this, and a lot of these young generational wrestlers don't understand that had not been for Hulk Hogan, none of the companies would exist today that would take these young superstars and mold them, young wrestlers, and mold them to be great superstars. Come on, Well, folks, I have to repeat myself over and over again because I think everybody's brain has gone to the loony bin, or as Mama would say on the Carol Burnett show, sprung a leak in your dinghy. It was just too funny. The fact of the matter is that looks at Hulk Hogan revolutionized the wrestling business, revolutionized professional wrestling to make it what it is today. The presentation, the way he does it, There would be, if it had Hulk Hogan, there would be no World Wrestling Federation. There would be no WCW, ECW, TNA, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, Evolve, AEW. There would be none of these organizations and brands out there for us fans to see their favorite wrestlers. You know what I mean? Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. And so Jamar Hampton says, he's got a one-on-one match against Jack Cartwheel, and to prove himself. And then it's Gall decided to interrupt him by lifting weights and all that. What is he? It's Gall. This guy, he's got this goofy-looking hair. He's like a goofy, muscular version of Conan O'Brien. It's Gall. And Conan O'Brien had a full beard. I know Conan O'Brien never did had a beard, but it was like he was like a goofy, muscular version of Conan O'Brien. So, anyways, Jack Cartwheel went one-on-one with Jamar Hampton, and Ed's Gall got involved during the match of distracting Hampton, and it cost him the match against Jack Cartwheel. So, yeah, I said before, and Jamar Hampton lost to Jack Cartwheel. I said, dude, that's what you get. People, you may have posted, then you need to delete it. You're going to get backlash. You're going to be hearing it from the company. Dude, don't, telling you. Zara Zakir addresses the women's locker room, and now that she found out that Jin Tala is behind the attacks, will she target Jin Tala? I think she should, and we'll see what happens then. The main event match is Son Legacy versus Keanu Carver, whose mission is to destroy the WWE ID prospects. And Keanu Carver did exactly that. He beat Super Sean Legacy 1-on-1. Well, that's all the time there is on episode 2426. On the next episode, going to talk a little bit about what happened on AEW Dynamite. So, until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home. That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.